Not everything has to be scripted and perfect, and that's the great thing about family. Whew, you're either winning or you're learning. As what was his name? Dale Carnegie. It fucking doesn't matter. And my buddy Danny, the speed skier, he was he got it from the history of the ages, the wisdom of the ages. If you're not following, you're not learning, and so that's the way it is. So anyway, I make these recordings, and I make them ad lib, very consciously, for a specific reason. Anybody can script something and sound like something, and I mean, that's what movies are all about, right? They create characters, and that character has to stay in character. And so you come to expect a certain thing, and there are masters. I mean, fuck, hey, look at Yellowstone. What's the name of the guy that created that? I mean, that guy is a genius. He's done all kinds of other things. He just came out of nowhere, Taylor or something or other. And so, every once in a while we come upon the fucking Ben Franklin of movie making and messaging. And we have that in Taylor. God damn, I can't remember his last name. But that's a different thing. So, chances of you listening to this, if you're listening to it, are about 0 to 0. There's just so much. With internet access, the phone on all the time, constant interaction. Chances of you stopping to listen to somebody else, really listen to somebody else, considering their value, their space, their place in this fucked up world, are almost nil. So if you're listening to this, my condolences. Man, there's a lot of better shit to do. I mean, start off by just fucking watching Yellowstone, if you haven't watched that. And then you work your way back to 1883, and I think the last one he did is 1923, whatever. I mean, the guy, and then he's done fucking Chicagoland or something. I mean, the guy just can't lose. Everything he does is fucking brilliant. And so, thank God, we're here to watch, we're here to enjoy. And we get the pleasure of his productions. So, but, the problem is, it's like, who was it? Dale Carnegie said, you got to be your own person. You can't aspire to be other people. And I forget exactly how I said it, but he made the point that if you spend your waking hours attempting to be someone else, there will come a day when you wake up and you realize that you are nothing, and all the others have passed you by while you were attempting to emulate them. Now, I forget how he said it. It makes a lot more sense the way he said it, I guess. I mean, what I just said doesn't even make that much sense to me, but it does. But, got to be yourself. Got to be yourself. But at the same time, grow up in a context, and don't ignore the context. The funny thing is, though, these epic multi-show things that Taylor, what the fuck is his last name? I bet I'm flattered him. If he were to listen to this, he's got to be flattered. I can't even remember his fucking name. But But these things are epic, and they, I mean, some of the reviews are, from people who you would assume have lived the life. Let's just use Yellowstone, for example. Supposedly they're signing on. What fucking cowboy uses the internet? There are no fucking cowboys on the internet. You go out and you fucking ride your horse and you come home, you drink some whiskey and play some cards and go to bed. And you get up and do the same shit the next day. So these reviews, well, it's so very realistic. All these years that I have been being a cowboy, these are experiences that I have had, and we dump bodies now and then. Fuck. So hence the limits of the fucking internet when you start dealing with people who actually have real lives, are busy. They have families that they love, and when they're not working or tending to the family, they don't have fucking time to sign on to fucking Facebook, Farsebook, fucking Twitter, some of these other society fucking killers. Nobody should. These fucking things shouldn't exist. But we live in a time when they do. And so I guess that poses a challenge, If you're one of the people who realizes how dangerous these things are and how destructive they have been and will continue to be, if they're allowed to exist, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Well, hell, I don't know. I'm not a criminal, and even though I might be able to, rationalize, okay, well, if I did one violent act now, that it would avoid 12,000, whatever down the road. I'm not one of those guys. I ain't got that, no. My Wavos fit in my underwear. I didn't have to have any specially made underwear. So I'm the coward. I'm not bringing it to the show. I am not going to be the savior that takes down Facebook and Twitter. But somebody needs to take those fuckers down. They are destroying humanity. And so I guess we have to redefine the phone apps as well, right? You can only contact people you have met or something. I don't know. Fuck. So here we are. 21st century quandary of chaos. Quandary of chaos. I think I'm going to copyright that. Quandary of chaos. I like that. But here we are. And I'm not sure where we're going, other than my personal situation. So we'll see how it all works out. Or doesn't work out. It doesn't work out, That assumes some standard for working out. And, disappearing or death is probably not, on the list of 10, this means working out. Number 1, people like you. Number 2, you still exist. Number 3, so I don't know. Working out, it has a different connotation with each passing year, I think. It definitely starts to evolve when you get closer to it not working out. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. We got to evaluate some things that people are doing. And in the meantime, just get out. I finally fucking remembered his last name, Sheridan. How could I forget that? My one across country trip. The one woman I met and spent the night with was in Sheridan, Wyoming. She had a country house. We drove a few miles out of town, and I guess it was a farm or ranch. I'm not sure, but fucking Sheridan, Wyoming. But Taylor Sheridan is the king of kings. Doesn't get any better than Yellowstone, and he just wrote something with the name King in the title, and it's already, as big as Yellowstone. So, and you got 1883, 1923. I think you got those dates right. You got a bunch of other stuff. Everything he does. This guy's, you talk about Midas. Fucking Midas is looking, on his knees, going, "Oh, Sheridan, oh Taylor, please teach me, please teach me." So the good thing about it is, the fortunate thing is, simultaneously, here we are in the same, temporal space. Same point in time, we get to watch what genius looks like as it unfolds instead of, reading it in books. Albert Einstein or Thomas Edison. Can you imagine that guy? I bet he drank a lot. Oh, fuck, that one didn't work either. Where's the whiskey? Boy, wouldn't it be fantastic, if there were such a thing as time travel. You go back and, put a GoPro somewhere in the lab and watch these guys do what they do and listen, or elsewhere. Oh, man. So in the meantime, it's left to our imagination, but an informed imagination. If you're someone who has attempted to accomplish something other than just, partying and, flipping houses or whatever the fuck. So we can kind of imagine some of the things, but you're never going to be able to imagine what happens in the room of a Taylor Sheridan. Oh, shit. I mean, can you imagine how fast that mind is running? We have speed limits, physical speed limits. There should be a mental speed limit. Well, no, there shouldn't, because funny thing is, he makes it relatable to all of us. Everybody can just, get right into it. And that takes a whole nother level of brilliance. So, and this is just, me worshiping and wishing, I had some kind of talent. Anything. Fuck it. Even, except, he really masturbates well. We've evaluated his masturbation skills, and he seems superior. I'd fucking take anything at this point, man. I'm not good at it. But I know what I enjoy, and I know what moves me, and Taylor Sheridan's stuff moves me. So you don't have to, well, I don't know what you have to be. I don't know if you have to be anything, but fuck it, hey. If I come back, if there are multiple lives, and then there's the other side of that, fuck it. All you philosophical coin flippers know what I'm talking about, so fuck it, I'm not even going to go there. That's all I got to say.